Hey everyone, Alex Bennett, Director of Athletic Performance here at the PGA Tour Performance Center. As always, I always appreciate the comments. This video is all about a golf routine, golf fitness routine for those 50 and older. Don't have to be 50 to benefit from it, but maybe if you're a beginner, if you're a novice in the gym, this would be a great start for you as well if you're looking to improve your golf game and also prevent injuries and just get in a little better shape. But like I said, please leave some suggestions in the comments. I might just make a whole video about it. Once again, I appreciate this suggestion. I've gotten this a few times, so I'm happy to make this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. So, mostly under the assumption the hips are tight, the glutes probably aren't working properly, but I haven't really had anyone pass those assessment points when they come into the gym, especially those who work for a living, sit at a desk, travel a lot. So what we're gonna start with, we're gonna make two 90-degree angles with the legs. We're just gonna sit that chest up tall. We're gonna reach. So my left knee's in front. I'm reaching this right hand out here in front. This arm's just supporting me. Feeling a big stretch in this left hip. And we're just gonna do belly breaths. So we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're gonna do 10 breaths. And then you should feel like you're able to kind of sink into it. The more you breathe, the more you stretch, the more you breathe. Just letting those muscles relax. You can see with each exhale, I'm able to go a little deeper. Then we're going to switch sides. So now this right leg's in front. I'm going to reach this left arm out. What's up? Not much. So now I'm going to take this band, we're going to go just above the quads. If you followed me for a while, you know this is one of my favorites, especially if you're a member of the site. We're going to lay down, we're kind of making a straight line here. I like this because it's really going to force you to use that glute. I see a lot of people getting way up here and they're just feeling it in their hip flexor. So we really want to get this behind us. And as we lift this knee, we don't want this hip to open. So we're just doing 10 clams. And this is really good. This is going to strengthen that glute, specifically that glute medius. That's what stabilizes our hip. We need to get that woken up if we want to improve our hip mobility, our internal rotation, our stability. It's actually the main stabilizer for our knee and ankle as well. And then we're going to hover this knee. And like I said, internal rotation, we're going to tap the heel, internally rotate up. You're going to feel quite a bit in that glute. You're going to feel a lot of burn. So if you're sitting there going, holy crap, I can't believe how much this burns, it's perfectly normal. These muscles get atrophied the more we sit, and they're very important when it comes to internal rotation and hip stability. A lot of people think they're just going to be able to rotate and load properly on the range just because they can, and it's really not the case. We really need this muscle to be supportive of what we're trying to do. So now we'll flip around. We're going to switch sides. So same thing. And what I like about doing one side at a time is you're going to find out real quick which one's weaker, where your imbalances are at. Good. And pick a heavy band. This is a heavy band. So don't pick something too light. And my left, it's always been a struggle. Had a big ankle injury on the left side. But as you know, I'm right-handed, and that left side, definitely important for me to clear through, so I need that glute working properly. So light band, or if you're using a cable machine, really lightweight. If you're using a cable machine, be smooth with it because of obviously the lag in the weights. I like bands for these first two moves. So we're just going to take golf posture. This arm is going to stay long the whole time. This arm's staying straight out in front of us. And we're just feeling like we rotate back with a long arm, feel that chest rotate. Just getting that thoracic warmed up. those external rotators in the shoulder warmed up. We're teaching that scap to slide over as we rotate back and make room for our backswing or our through swing, because we're about to switch sides after we do 10. And I like 3 sets of 10 of this one. I'm only going to do 1 set for the sake of the video. And I don't want you opening up a ton. We want that lower body pretty stable. You can let the hip open a touch. Good. So now we're going to take a heavier band. We're going to take this out in front of us. So what I like is that lead leg out. We're in a little bit of a golf posture. We're just going through just like that. So we're doing 5 through, and now we're only going back to this front foot and then back through. You're going to feel a lot of core, really having to control that deceleration, control that stability. We're doing 5 that way. Now we're going to flip over. But like I said, important, don't let it go all the way back here to that last 5. Keep it right here in front of you. You're going to feel a lot more core, and we're having to control that change of direction just like we went to in the golf swing. So here, we're taking the rope attachment, similar to what we just did before where we're rotating into that lead leg. We're going to take it a little more on a golf angle with the arms, so we're grabbing both ropes just like this. Just coming out here. You're just driving down, and then slow and controlled coming back. That core is tight. We're going to do 8 reps, 3 sets. So big long lat right here in the left. See that left arm? And then we're just driving down. And you're going to feel that grip with the foot. That foot's really gripping the ground. That core is tight and engaged. We're trying to control that lat, control that shoulder. But we want that big extension with the left arm. So now we're raising this anchor point up about shoulder to head height. We're going to grab it, we grab it with our right arm first. Right leg's coming back. And we're just rowing. But look at, like, make sure it pulls you into this hip and that hip stays stable. And make sure you're far enough away where that tension can kind of pull you into that rotation. And we're doing 3 sets of 8 here as well. And this is going to be supersetted with a punch and a similar setup. But let it pull you into it and then row. And that row is a bit of a rotation, as you see as well. We're not just staying stagnant. So now, like I said, we're going to superset it with a punch. So we just did 8 rows. We're going straight to 8 punches. 2 hands. We're going to pull it out in front of us. Keep that core tight. And we're just punching. And you can use bands for both of these. You don't have to have a cable machine. But you're going to need a heavier duty band. And once again, we're going to find out where our asymmetries are. Keep that core tight. Good. So now we're going to stay on this. We're actually going to switch this out. So I would like you to do 3 sets of 8. For video's sake, I'm going to the next exercise where we're going to come back with the rope. I just want you to see. So we change back to the rope. We're going to lower this down. And now we're doing a squat to a row. So we're really focused on keeping the chest up, squatting down, pull it into the chest. This is going to help us not only build our posterior chain and improve our squat pattern, but we're also aiding us in staying in our posture in our golf swing, especially if you struggle with early extension. And same thing with this. We're going to go 3 sets, 8 reps. So now we're going to do a little shoulder arm combo with some balance. So we're going to go on one leg. We're going golf posture. Arms are 90 degrees. And we're just doing a little shoulder fly, Feel those palms open up just a touch, a little bit of a supination. So we're getting those scaps to roll back and down. We're gonna go 8, then we're gonna go 8 curls as well. Good, and then you're gonna switch sides. So obviously, we're not picking a super heavy weight because we're going 8, 8, 8, 8 once we switch legs. Good. And then we're gonna take a break. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So now we're gonna stretch those hips out again. So if you have a bench that adjusts, that's huge. If not, you can do the 90-90 stretch we started the workout with. But this is one of my favorites. This is a modified pigeon. We're gonna set the bench to like 15 to 30 degrees, depending on how good you feel. But we're just gonna get that leg flat. We're just sinking this glute down. We want this thigh right in line with the knee and the hip. We don't want it way over here. We want it right here, so we're feeling that big stretch in the glute. And then same as the 90-90 that we did at the beginning, we're gonna reach, so this is my right leg, we're gonna reach that left arm out. We're just using this right arm to kind of brace us. And we're just gonna continue to sink into that glute. Same thing, 10 breaths. And then as we switch to the left side, we're gonna have to walk to the other side. I've seen a lot of people try to do it from this side. It'd be impressive, but it's not gonna go well. So make sure you walk to the other side when you switch sides. So now we're just gonna do a pretty basic hamstring stretch. We've got our dowel rod here, club, broomstick, nephew, cousin, kid, whatever you got. We're just gonna point those toes upward. We're trying to get a little bit of arch in the low back to lengthen that entire posterior chain. And we're just slowly hinging into it. We're not rounding and reaching, okay? We're hinging, we're creating tension through the hamstring, feeling that stretch, pointing those toes back at us the whole time. Get something to hold on to. I got a lot of guys, especially a lot of like former professional athletes, so like, I don't need the pull. It's not that you need it. It's more so I want you to focus on the stretch rather than having a balance. We're not getting as good of stretch when we're focused on the balance. So get a pull, grab onto a wall, whatever. And then same thing, we're gonna just belly breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we're gonna do 10 breaths. I don't like to tell people a time. I find people never hold it for the amount of time they actually are supposed to, and they don't breathe the entire time. Then you're just robbing yourself of about half the benefit of the stretch. So you're gonna get a lot more gains, a lot quicker, the more you breathe properly. In through the nose, into the belly, slowly and longly out through the mouth. And then we're gonna switch sides. And you'll probably find one side tighter than the other. That's perfectly normal, but that's also why we're doing it. And if you want to do a few extra breaths on that tight side, by all means, go for it. So once again, you got my dowel rod. We're going to take a knee. I want you to try to flatten this foot. We're squeezing this glute. We're trying to make this a straight line. If you're like this, obviously those hip flexors are tight. We've got some work to do. Just work on it. Keep trying to find that glute. But we're going to get in that little bit of a posterior tuck. And then I like to reach over, grab this rod, and just gently push away as we're squeezing that glute, pushing that foot into the ground. And then here it's so important to breathe because half of the benefit is getting those ribs to open up. A lot of times we're a little more, especially righties, we're a little more compressed on that right side just to the nature of the golf swing with all the side bending. And also, whenever we're a little tilted that way, we kind of carry it into everything we do. Carry it into work, carry it into how we sit at our desk, might even carry it into how we sleep at night. But so important when we do these to really breathe into them. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Once again, like I always say, you might feel one side tighter than the other. That's why we're doing one side at a time. So last one, we're gonna get those lats. We're gonna focus on separation. A lot of guys I assess struggle with separation. That's half of how we get the club on the right path. Shallow the club, get speed, maintain speed. So grab onto something sturdy. I once had a guy rip a bathroom sink out of the wall doing this. Don't grab your bathroom sink, especially if it's obviously not very sturdy. So we're gonna grab this, we're gonna walk the feet in, we're gonna sit the hips all the way back, head between the bicep, and then we're gonna dip that right hip back, lengthen the right side. My mic might be messing up, I'm sorry. And then we're breathing. And we're gonna switch. I like about 5 breaths on each side. Go back and forth as many times as you want. Really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Like I said, leave comments, leave questions, leave whatever you want in the comments. I really don't care, honestly. But the main thing is, if you want to leave questions in the comments, I will answer them, and I might just make a whole video about them. I really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do. I'm going to keep the content coming as best I can. Like I said, we're getting in the meat of the PGA Tour and Korn Ferry season, so it's definitely getting kind of crazy around here. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to do my best to keep them coming. Thanks.